Hi everyone. Um, let's get ready to work on our final draft today. All right, so what you need to do is get your folder. And in your folder, I want you to take out your first draft and your web. And grab a pencil so we can get started. All right, friends, the first thing that we should do is read what we've already written. So let's read this. Dear Mom, you are so special to me. You give the best hugs. You are so funny all the time. You make the best lunches ever. So, I have some awesome sentences. I want you to pause the video and I want you to read your sentences now. Reading, everybody. Okay, let's take a look at our web. I still have one thing left on my web. You guys might have more, totally fine. The last thing I have is loves me. And my mom does. She loves me a lot. So I'm going to circle that because I'm going to work on my last few sentences today. So let's remember our 4 steps. Think it, say it, write it, read it. So if I chose loves me, I have to think of a sentence that goes with it. So I want you guys to pick one of your last, or however many you have left, ideas from your web. And while I'm thinking about my sentence, I want you to think about your sentence too. How can we get that last idea, which mine is loves me? How can I get that into a sentence? Got it. I haven't thanked my mom yet for being so awesome and loving me. So I think I want to add that to it. I think I want to write, thank you for loving me so much. Thank you for loving me so much. So I'm going to have 7 words. And when I'm writing my sentence, I'm going to stretch out all of my sounds. I'm going to make sure that my sentence starts with a capital letter. I'm going to make sure my sentence ends with punctuation. And then I'm going to write it. So take a minute to think about what you want your sentence to be. I'm going to write my sentence. I'm going to pause the video so when we come back, we can look at each other's sentences. All right, friends, I'm going to read you my sentence, and then I want you to read me yours. So the next sentence that I wrote was, thank you. Now see how I have my finger spaces? I started with a capital. Thank you so much for loving me, period. And I want you to really take a look at the fact that I kept my giraffe letters big. I kept my monkey letters with a tail, and my chicken letters are all the same size. Okay? So I think I want to add one more sentence. And I think I want you guys to write the same sentence too. Because this is a letter to someone special, the last sentence, I think, should be telling them how special they are to us. So, I already said you're so special to me. What's another way that I can tell someone or thank them for being so special to me? And I think we should write it all together this time. I got it. I love you very much. No, that doesn't sound the best. I love you so much. Awesome. All right, we're going to write this one together. So if you haven't written your last sentence, make sure you pause your video so when you come back, we can write this sentence together, okay? So I, we know is capital. First, because it's the beginning of the sentence, but also because when I is by itself, it's always capital. I, finger space, love. Now we know how to spell love because it's a heart word. L-O-V-E. Finger space. We know how to write you because it's also a heart word. I love you. We know how to write so because it's a heart word. S-O. Much. Ch. M, ch. M, What vowel says U, great job. Ch, like champion. CH. And I want to write an exclamation point because I want my mom to know how much I love her. You can put a period if you want. You're not going to put a question mark because it's not a question, but I put an exclamation point. So, who remembers how do we end a letter? Do we just leave it like this and just end it? No, that's right. We have to let the person who's reading the letter know who it's from. So you can write from sincerely, but because this is someone that I love, I'm going to write love, Love. And just like after their name, we're going to write a comma. Love. And I'm going to write my first name. My mom doesn't call me Miss G. My mom calls me by my first name, which is Lindsay. So I'm going to write love, Lindsay. And you can write love and then your name. If you want to write from, that's totally fine. If you want to write sincerely, that's totally fine. But it will be weird if I wrote love Miss G because my mom is Mrs. G. So that would be weird. So I'm going to write, and she doesn't call me Miss G. She calls me by my name. So, guys, I think that we're ready to look at it and edit it because I'm finished with my draft. So, first thing we want to do is read it. So, I'm going to read mine. Dear Mom, you are so special to me. While we're reading it, we're also going to be looking for any mistakes that we might have made in spelling. If we forgot a capital letter, we can erase and put a capital letter. If you forgot a period or exclamation point, you can also add that. Remember, that's the editing part. You give the best hugs. You are so funny all the time. You make the best lunches ever. Thank you so much for loving me. I love you so much. Love, Lindsay. Now you take a minute to read yours. If you have to, you can pause the video and read it and edit it. And remember, editing is looking for mistakes, or maybe you want to add another sentence. If you don't have space, you can flip it over, excuse me, and you can write it on the back too. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to re-look at mine, and I want you guys to read yours and edit yours too. I just looked over mine. I already fixed a few spelling errors that I made, and it looks good. So we're finished with our draft. So this is going to be our final piece. And then tomorrow, we're going to make the best illustration for our someone special. So I will see you guys tomorrow.